Unit 2. Unit 2. Signed measure. Signed measure. Suppose x comma script b is a measurable space. X comma script b is a measurable space and mu1 comma mu2 are two measures on the measurable space x comma script b. Then it is easy to see that mu1 plus mu2 is also a measure on the space x comma script b, but mu1 minus mu2 may be measure, may not be measure, need not be a measure on x comma script b. If mu1 and mu2 are two measures on measurable space, then their sum is also a measure, but the difference may be measure or may not be measure. Since, for example, if I take mu1 of E as 5, mu2 of E as 7, for some E belongs to script b, then mu1 minus mu2 of E is equal to 5 minus 7, which is nothing but minus 2. But we know that if this is a measure, then measure is never a negative. Therefore, if it is a measure, measure will be never negative. Therefore, will we get a contradiction. Therefore, mu1 minus mu2 in this example is not a measure. This leads to consider the concept of signed measure. This leads to consider the concept of signed measure. Definition. Now, definition of a signed measure. Suppose x comma script b is a measurable space and an extended real valued function gamma defined on B is said to be signed measure on the space x comma script b if gamma satisfies the following. Gamma satisfy the following. First one, gamma assumes at the most one of plus infinity or minus infinity. Second one, gamma of empty set is 0. Third one, gamma of union I is equal to 1 to infinity ei can be written as summation I is equal to 1 to infinity gamma of ei for every sequence ei on script B with ei intersection ej is empty for I not equal to j. This is the definition of a signed measure. Suppose x comma script B is a measurable space, then I am going to take a real valued function, extended real valued function. Means a function defined on script B which is extended, means it can take the value minus infinity or infinity also. Then the function is said to be extended real valued function defined on script B. Then this function is said to be a signed measure if it satisfies these three conditions. What are the three conditions? Gamma assumes at the most any one, either it can take maximum plus infinity or minus infinity, but it can't take both plus infinity as well as minus infinity. Second one, gamma of empty set is always 0. And the third one, gamma of union I is equal to 1 to infinity ei can be written as summation I is equal to 1 to infinity gamma of ei for every sequence on script B where each and every term in this sequence are pairwisely disjoint. If I take ei and ej, both are different, then their intersection is empty. Means for every pairwisely disjoint sequence of sets on script B, this one holds. If any extended real valued function satisfy these three conditions, then we say that gamma is a signed measure. Gamma is a signed measure. Note. Consider the third property. First one, note 1, consider the third property implies that the series summation I is equal to 1 to infinity gamma of ei is convergent if, when we can say that this series is convergent, if this series is less than infinity, means it will be a finite. If gamma of union I is equal to 1 to infinity ei is less than infinity, and summation I is equal to 1 to infinity gamma of ei is divergent if gamma of union I is equal to 1 to infinity ei is either plus infinity or minus infinity. Now next note, second one, condition 3 is known as countable additive property of gamma. Example, first one, every measure is a signed measure. Let us discuss how I am saying that every measure is a signed measure. Let us take a measure. Let mu be a measure on the measurable space x comma script B. Since I am saying mu is a measurable space, then from the definition of since mu is a measure on a measurable space, then from a definition of a measure, we get first one, measure of a empty set is always 0. Second one, measure of union I is equal to 1 to infinity ei can be written as summation I is equal to 1 to infinity mu of ei for every sequence ei in script b with ei intersection ej is empty for I not equal to j. Now the third condition of the measure is measure of any set is non-negative, is always greater than or equal to 0, where E belongs to script B. Therefore, measure of E, if measure of E is greater than or equal to 0, then measure of E never becomes minus infinity, is not equal to minus infinity for all E belongs to script B. If measure of E cannot become minus infinity, then measure has only one option, it can become plus infinity. Therefore mu assumes at the most plus infinity. Therefore what we got, all the three conditions of signed measure has improved. This is the first condition. Just now we got measure of E, that is measure mu assumes at the most plus infinity, first condition. This is the second condition, measure of empty set is 0, and this is the third condition. All the three conditions of a signed measure has been proved. Therefore mu is a signed measure on x comma script b. This implies that every measure is a signed measure. Now next example, an important one. Suppose mu1 and mu2 are two finite measures on a measurable space x comma script b. Then mu1 minus alpha mu2 is a signed measure on x comma script b for any alpha belongs to set of all real numbers. For any alpha belongs to set of all real numbers. What is this? Suppose mu1 and mu2 are two finite measures on a measurable space, then mu1 minus alpha mu2 is a signed measure. Solution: given that mu1 of E is finite, mu2 of E is also finite for all E belongs to script B, because both are finite. Now first one, for any E belongs to script B, then mu1 minus alpha mu2 of E, this one can be written as mu1 of E minus alpha mu2 of E. This one is finite, this one is finite, therefore their difference is also finite. Mu1 is less than infinity, mu2 is less than infinity. Since mu1 minus alpha mu2 of E is less than infinity, it can't become plus infinity. Means it has maximum, it can become minus infinity. Therefore mu1 minus alpha mu2 assumes at the most minus infinity, proving condition 1 of the signed measure. Proving condition 1 of the signed measure. Now second condition, mu1 minus alpha mu2 of phi. This one can be written as mu1 of phi minus alpha mu2 of phi, which is equal to 0 minus alpha into 0, which is equal to 0. Since mu1 comma mu2 are measures, therefore from the condition of measure of an empty set is 0. Therefore this proves that condition 2. Therefore proving condition 2. Now third one. Let EI be a sequence in script B such that EI intersection EJ is empty for I not equal to J. For I not equal to J means the terms in the sequence are pairwisely disjoint. Now mu1 minus alpha mu2 of union I is equal to 1 to infinity EI. This one can be written as mu1 of union I is equal to 1 to infinity EI minus alpha mu2 of union I is equal to 1 to infinity EI. Since mu1 and mu2 are measured from the condition of the measure, this one can be written as summation I is equal to 1 to infinity mu1 of EI minus summation I is equal to 1 to infinity alpha mu2 of EI. Since mu1 comma mu2 are measures. Now I am going to take common summation, that is summation I is equal to 1 to infinity mu1 of EI minus alpha mu2 of EI. This one can be written as summation I is equal to 1 to infinity mu1 minus alpha mu2 of EI. Proving condition number 3 of the signed measure. Therefore mu1 minus alpha mu2 is a signed measure on script B. Next example, important one. Suppose x comma script B comma mu is a measure space. Suppose f is a integrable on x with respect to mu for any E belongs to script B defined gamma of E is equal to integral over E of d mu, then gamma is a signed measure on x comma script B. Solution. Suppose x comma script B comma mu is a measure space. F is an integrable function on x with respect to mu. What we defined? Given that for any E belongs to script B, gamma of E is equal to integral over E of d mu. This is a function given. Now we have to prove this gamma is a signed measure. So first one, since f is integrable on x with respect to mu, we get integral over x f d mu is finite. Equation number 2. Already we have learned this one in unit 1. Now for any e belongs to script b, gamma of e is equal to, that is integral over e f d mu. Since e is a subset of x, then integral over e f d mu is less than or equal to integral over x f d mu. But this one is less than infinity by equation number 2. Therefore, gamma of e is less than plus infinity. If gamma of e is less than plus infinity, then it can't become plus infinity. It can has at most minus infinity. Therefore, this one can be written as, therefore gamma of e is not equal to plus infinity for any e belongs to script b. Therefore, gamma assumes at the most minus infinity. Therefore, proving condition 1 of the signed measure. Now second condition, gamma of empty set is equal to integral over empty set f d mu. This directly becomes 0 since measure of any empty set is 0. Therefore, proving condition number 2. Condition number 2. Now third one, let ei be a sequence in script b such that ei intersection ej is empty for I not equal to j. For I not equal to j, then what is gamma of union I is equal to 1 to infinity ei? From the definition, this one is nothing but integral over union I is equal to 1 to infinity ei f d mu. This one can be written as summation I is equal to 1 to infinity integral over ei f d mu. How I can write this one? By using the first unit I have proved. If ei, all the ei's are pairwise disjoint, then union of this one can be written as sum of the integral ei intersection ej is empty for I is not equal to j. Now this one again can be written as summation which is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to infinity gamma of ei by the definition of gamma. Therefore, proving the condition 3. Therefore, all the conditions of a signed measure has been proved. Hence, gamma is a signed measure on x comma script b. Note: in the above example, in place of f, if I take non-negative, in the above example, if f is a non-negative integrable on x, then gamma is a measure on script b. And just now we have proved in the first example that every measure is a signed measure, then this gamma is also signed measure. Hence gamma is a signed measure. Gamma is a signed measure.